Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Edoggz Reviews. In this video I will be taking a look at the Transformers the Movie Studio Series 86-14 Voyager class Junkheap. As you can see, this figure comes in robot mode inside of the packaging. It is meant for ages 8 and up and made by Hasbro and Takara Tomy. So let's get the box out of the way first so we can focus more on the figure itself. So on the front of the box, I paid $45. To tell you the truth, ladies and gents, I wouldn't pay more than $20. In fact, pay less than $20. On the front, we get the Junkion in his robot mode, which is a rare thing because normally they put the robot mode and the vehicle mode at the same time on the side of the box. It's just the same picture that they use in the front. On the back, we have the robot mode on the left. Excuse the helicopter that is passing over. And it takes 22 steps to get it into the motorcycle mode on the right hand side. It comes packaged with the Junkion Dance Party, which is the backdrop that they chose for this. And on this side, we have Studio Series 86-14, Voyager class there. We have the Transformers the movie there. We have manufacturing, licensing, and warranties on the bottom and that kind of thing. And that is about it for that. Another thing you're going to be getting are the 2 spike wheels. We'll put these on. And you're going to be getting this axe. So we're going to get this out of the way. We're going to assemble this real quick like. And we're going to put them on the side of the knees because that's where they go. And we're going to plug this in here. Move his arm out. All right, we're going to take his axe here. And we're going to flip it on the inside. We're going to put it on this hand because he has a gun on his left there. And that is about it. We're going to bring in the backdrop real quick. Show that off and how that's going to look. All right. Now, Junkheap was released to commemorate the 35th anniversary of Transformers in 2022. There are 2 comic books. There's the US version and there's a UK version. In the US version, Junkheap is the public face of Junkion commerce. When other civilization comes to buy used and refurbished components, they were met with a cheerful patter and an easy smile. So he's some kind of a salesman of sorts. So get that out of the way. Right, I'm gonna give you a close-up of the figure. Let me see, I can sharpen that for you. So this is what the figure looks like from the front. And here it is from the side. Here it is from the back. We still have the same rubber handlebars from the original version, which I'll touch on a little later. And then we have this side, and there is his face. You can make out his face right there. He got the red sunglasses. So articulation, we can go all the way around. He has a wide range of movement here. He can go outwards like so. There's a swivel at the top of the bicep, I would say. There's no swivel at, oh, excuse me, I'm proved wrong. There is a swivel at the hand. Right, thought I'd catch myself just in time. And it will fold in because of the transformation. So you could probably use that for a different type of pose if you wanted to, but it folds in like that. Now it's kind of sort of loose here, but I can fix that with a Phillips screwdriver. Just pop that in there and just tighten this up just a little bit in there. And the legs can go all the way up there. You have to move this piece out of the way to get it all the way up. So that's how much leg you're going to be getting going outwards. And then that's how much leg you're going to be getting down on the foreleg, or say the lower leg here. You can go outwards to see how much you're going to be getting there. Right? We can stretch this out if you want to see how much room you get in this section right here. Now it's going to pop off. All right, so it's going to swivel at the hip if you need to do something like that. Pop that back in. We're going to move this arm up a little bit so we can focus on this side of the leg. We're going to move the leg backwards, and it's getting jammed up by this piece right here, right? But you can get that high, and you take the lower leg and you bring that up, and that's about it for that. Now you get a swivel, 360 degree swivel there. We're going to bring the arms down, and if you wanted to, you could do like an ab crunch type of thing like that, you know, as long as you have it facing towards you. I don't think it's a problem, but as soon as you start turning it to the corner, it might start looking a little bit bad. Arms, let's talk about them. You can do 90 degrees there, and that's about it for that. The head is on a swivel, so you can go as far as that. His ears get in the way because of the windshield that's in the back, but you can look left or right. You can look up if you want to, and that is about it. Now we're going to save the comparisons for later. Now the quality on this hand is extremely loose. I definitely have to fix that with a screwdriver. That's way too loose. Okay, so we're going to go into the motorcycle mode, and it's just the same way as Junkheap and Scrappy that I mentioned earlier. The only thing first is these little panels on the side. That's a little extra transformation. This is probably my only gripe with the figure, because they could have made it in a way where you pull this out, you turn around, and then you push it back in. And they decided not to do that. I think that would, you know, my version would be a little bit better. Or maybe they couldn't do it. I don't know. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these parts off, because they're going to get in the way anyway. And we're going to leave them to the side. Right. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is focus up top. You want to take the backpack, and we're going to pull it this way. We're going to take the front part, we're going to move it that way. So you're going to get something like this. And we're going to extend this piece right outwards like that, and bring this down, bring this straight like that. We're going to take the ears, we're going to fold them back, because they are going to get into the way. Once we get it into this canopy part, we want to bring back the shoulders to allow some room. And we're going to bring up the nose of the vehicle, which contains the windshield. We could bring the windshield up if you want, right here. Right. This must be cleared of instructions for this to actually work. So next, we want to push in, and we want to make sure that this head is going to pop in there. Now what you have to do is you have to take this piece right here, you have to move it in, push it down, and kind of maneuver this in place, right, like that. Make sure that's flush. So we have that done. That's already out of the way. Next, we're going to bring it down like that on this piece right here, this piece of plastic there. And we're going to fold this bit up just a little bit, right? So you should have something like this going forward. We're going to turn the arms around so they're facing this way. Let's turn the arms around so they're facing this way, right? Okay, we're going to focus on the back part first. We're going to bring the legs up just like the original, like that. We're going to do the same thing on this side, like that. We're going to take a wheel and we're going to pop it into these little sections right here. All right. Like that. All right. We're going to bring down the feet like so, bring that down like so. And we're going to come back to that. Next is we got to bring the shoulder down like this. And we're going to have to find this port, right? So there's a port right here where my thumb is, and we need to turn that port so that this peg will pop into. So you just have to manage just a little bit, right? So it should look like that. Same thing, opposite side. We're going to bring the shoulder down like that. So we went from here. Let me just backtrack. We went from this. That's his normal arm. And we run a circle around like that. We turn so that we can plug this in. Like so. Right. So at this point, this is where it's going to get a little tough. So we're going to take this piece, we want to swing this all the way around to right about there. Same thing on opposite side. You want to swing this all the way around backwards. And as you can see, it's moving the hand because it's on real tight. I should say arm. And you have that, right? We're going to take the hands, we're going to fold those away. All right. Make sure all of this is good to go. Right? We take the other wheel, we want to pop this into place. One side. There we go. Now we have it. Right. Now, next is you have to plug this piece onto this brown piece. And you can go underneath and kind of find out where it plugs in and plug that together. Same thing on the opposite side. I'm going to plug this in together. Gotta make sure that this stays in. There we go. It shouldn't be this difficult, to tell you honestly. It should just plug all together. And I think we got it. We got it. We got it. We had a little bit of trouble in this front section right there. And we take our our axe. We plug it back here. And we can leave it at an angle if you want. And here you have your motorcycle. So here it is from this side. Here it is from the back. Here it is from this side. Just straighten that out a little bit. Here it is from this point of view, where we can see the speedo at the front. You have the lights on this side. And that's it. The wheels do spin, both back and front. We have like these stands which you're going to be needing for this. And you can have it sitting just like that. Bring down the light just a little bit. And there you go. Now we're going to bring on a comparison, which is red car. And you can have these handlebars either moved up or you can have them moved down. It's totally up to you. It's your preference on how you want it to look. But this is how these two look side by side. Of course, he's going to be different from all the other Junkyons. It's popped off. Bye. From that angle and from this angle, from that side and back to front. Now another thing you can do is use the gimmick from the movie. So here is Scrap Heap, and it takes a while to get this to sit on the motorcycle. So let's see if I can do it in a few minutes. Now what's supposed to happen is there's a tab in which they plug into okay, this is his. Okay, bring this arm up. My goodness. And you can have them riding on the top, if you will. And you can try this on any figure that you see fit. It probably works better with others. Same Voyager class figures, maybe you're gonna have some trouble doing that. But you can do it. It's an option. So we're going to go back into the robot mode so we can do the other comparisons and take the trip down memory lane, if you will. All right, so we're going to take this. We're going to take this off. All right, we're going to flip the kickstands up, and we're going to untap these things from the leg like this and like that. Right, we're going to focus on the legs first. We're going to bring the legs back. This, bring the lower leg down, lower leg down. We're going to split, get this wheel out of the way. We'll come back to that. Right, if you want to fit, you want to bring up the feet. And what we can do here is we can bring up this piece right here to put it in this correct spot. So we can just fold this up like that. Right? I'm doing it differently now. So we take the front wheel, pop that off. And we need to open up this space right here. And we want to pull down on the chest, like so. Bring this all the way down, like that. You want to fold back on this armature right here. Fold that back down. And you want to bring the backpack up. Like that. So it's going to sit just like this. And before we go any further, we have to tackle the arms. So right now we have to swing this around, get it past the rubber handlebars, plug it back into place. Same thing on the opposite side. We're going to hold the arm in place. You want to swivel this around like that. So you're going to bring these open like that, and we want to bring this out on this armature like so. You want to bring down the windshield. If you haven't done it already, bring down the windshield. You want to bring this down, and you want to pop it into this cavity like so. You take the rubber handlebars, you want to bring these back, bring those back. Now from here, you should be able to bring this all inside of here. So there might be a mistake here. So you want to bring this down, and you want to bring this in like that. And you want to take the front, you want to make sure this is like all even. Like so. And you take these two tabs, there's a tab here, and then there's a tab there. And you want to plug the back into the front part. Like so. We bring the arm around, and we're going to turn this way. Bring the arm down, you want to swivel on the opposite. You want to get the hands out. And once again, you have to reassemble all of this stuff. Like so. Now the feet do have a rocker. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. I just wanted to show that off. Now you have like this rocker thing right here for wide angles of posing, and we can put this axe back into his hand. And I'm going to try to throw it into a pose round. My sad attempt. I'm going to bring this up on the arm. For some reason, I don't want to move now. We're going to turn the head. We're going to bring down the ears. Turn the head. We're going to bring up the arms. We're going to like do something like that type of thing. Right? Turn it at the torso. We're going to bring up the leg. Bring down the foreleg. We're going to use the foot rocker to keep it stable. So we have something like that. Right? That's not too bad. All right, so let's take a trip down memory lane real quick for our final comparison. Takara made 2 versions of a 3-pack, and Hasbro did 1 pack of a 3 set type of deal. So we're going to start with Takara, and it was called the Transformers United Autobot set, and it contained Hot Rod. I know this is Rodimus, but he's just standing in for Hot Rod. But then again, he is Hot Rod. We have Cup, and it will be Scrapheap. So I'm going to swap him out and put him in. So that was the 3-pack there. But I'm going to throw this in on the side so you have that going for you. So we're just gonna move that out to the way. We're gonna keep these up. Let's keep these 3 up. And then the second pack was called the Decepticon set. And in that set, we had Galvatron, Cyclonus. Let's put them over here. Oop, nope, not. And Scourge. And that's how these guys would look in those 2 packs of figures. I remember getting Scrapheap. Scrapheap was probably the most wanted next to Galvatron way back when. And that was 2010, mind you. Right? And for Hasbro, let's move this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. We don't need this one. Right? It was Rekgar. Scrapheap. What's wrong with your hand? In that 3-pack. Now, I'm not sure if there was another 3-pack, but if it was probably these 3 guys in a 3-pack. And that's it for that. Now to end the video, Junkheap was a part of the final generation wave back in 2011. We never received Scrapheap as a character way back when. It was just Rekgar and Junkheap. At that given time, there was a lot of things going on. You had what was it? The Star Wars Black Series. Star Wars Black Series. There was I think Masterpiece, Optimus, and Starscream, and a whole bunch of other stuff way back when. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I do respond to those. And I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to this channel. And to show my appreciation, we're going to get started with some new stuff very soon. And it's going to be sideways in the next video, and that's going to be an unboxing, so please stay tuned for that. And once again, I want to thank you ladies and gents for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.